Happy Kids TV.
The Holy Tales. This story is about a young man, David, going into hiding. David, a young boy, was chosen by the Lord to be the next king of Israel after King Saul. Saul loved David and had made him the commander in the army. He was brave, handsome, and a good leader. It was not long before people started singing praises in the name of David. When King Saul saw this, he was very angry and jealous. He thought that soon his people would want David as their king, so he tried to kill him. David soon realized that, and so he went into hiding. He could not understand why the king had a sudden change of heart. David ran from one place to another to get away from King Saul and his many soldiers who were looking everywhere for him. One day, King Saul and his soldiers came near the cave where David had been hiding. It was night, so they decided to rest and continue the search in the morning. When David saw them, he became very worried. He thought to himself,
"This is the perfect time to kill him."
However, David could not kill Saul. David was loyal and he wanted to know why Saul wanted him dead. So when everyone was asleep, David crept towards King Saul and cut a part of his robe. In the morning, he showed the piece of cloth to King Saul and said,
"My lord, while I had the chance to kill you, I did not. I'm your Lord's servant. Then why did you want to kill me?"
Seeing David, Saul's anger went away.
David is so loyal. Isn't that wonderful?
Now for my question. Where was David hiding when Saul's soldiers came looking?
I know, in a cave.
That's right. Hi there. Today I have a really nice story for you children.
Ooh, I hope it's another story about David. He is so cool. He is so cool.
Yes, it is about David. Now listen carefully. Today I will tell you the story of David the king. David was Jesse the farmer's youngest son and God's chosen king of Israel after King Saul. King Saul was very fond of David in the beginning. Later, however, because of David's growing popularity, Saul became very jealous of him. The Israelites, in the meantime, had to fight another war with the Philistines in which the Israelites lost. Saul lost his 3 sons. Soon Saul died of sadness. After Saul had died, there was no danger for David. So he decided to come back to his own land. His own tribe of Judah made him the king, just as Samuel had said when David was a little boy. As time passed, the rest of Saul's sons also died. Hence David was made the king of entire Israel. When the Philistines heard this, they decided to attack. But David proved to be a strong and clever king. He soon defeated the Philistines and drove them away. Never again did they dare to attack the city of God. David needed a capital city. He decided to take Jerusalem. Jerusalem was a beautiful city set on top of a hill. Jerusalem was strongly guarded and was a fortress. The Jebusites living there did everything they could to stop David from entering their city. But soon, David found underground tunnels leading to the city. So he sent his soldiers inside the city to open the gates. And so, David took Jerusalem by surprise, thus making it his capital city. I hope you listened carefully. The question is, which city did David want as his capital?
Oh, this one is easy peasy. David wanted Jerusalem as his capital city.
Very good, Freckles. That is absolutely right.
To watch more videos, please subscribe.
Today's story is about how David honored his promise made to his friend Jonathan. When Jonathan and David declared their lifelong friendship, Jonathan asked an important favor from David. He knew that one day David would become the king, and when that happened, he would show kindness to any member of Jonathan's family who were still around. After Jonathan's death, David remembered the promise he made to his friend, but he was not sure if any family members of Saul's or Jonathan's were still alive. He called for a man named Ziba, who had once been a loyal servant to King Saul. David asked Ziba,
"Is there anyone still alive from King Saul's family? If yes, then I would like to show God's kindness to the person."
Ziba replied,
I know that one of Jonathan's sons is still alive. His name is Mephibhosheth.
David immediately sent for him. Mephibhosheth came in front of David, but was terrified. He knew his grandfather, King Saul, tried many a times to kill David, and he thought David wanted to kill him for Saul's actions.
"Don't be afraid.
David assured him.
I mean no harm. I want to help you. I had made a promise to your father that I will always be kind to his family, and I would like to honor that promise. I would return you all the land that once belonged to your grandfather. However, I would like if you live here in the palace with me."
Mephibhosheth was overcome with gratefulness. He fell to the ground, crying as he thanked David for showing such kindness towards him. David called for Ziba once again and informed him that he had returned all the land to Mephibhosheth, which once belonged to King Saul. David said to Ziba,
"I would like you, your sons, and your men to farm the land for his family so that they have enough food. However, Mephibhosheth will live in the palace here with me."
Since then, Ziba, his sons, and his servants farmed the land for Mephibhosheth, while Mephibhosheth lived in the palace with David, like his own son.
Tubby, Gumbo, I honor to keep all promises I make to both of you. And I declare you both as my lifelong friends. And you too, Holy.
Thank you, Freckles. You are my lifelong friend too. Now, it's time for today's question. What was the name of King Saul's loyal servant?
I know. His name was Ziba.
You're correct.
Today's story is about David and Absalom. David was a young boy who was chosen by God to be the king of Israel. After he became king, he had many sons and he loved all of them dearly. As David grew old, his sons started fighting over who would get to be the next king of Israel. Though David knew about the fights, he did nothing to stop them. One day, Amnon, David's eldest son, was killed by Absalom, his own brother. After killing Amnon, Absalom left Jerusalem and raised a strong army to defeat his father and take away his throne. David was very angry with Absalom, but he loved him too dearly to fight back. First, he left Jerusalem so that the city would not be under attack. Then he told his soldiers,
"Protect the city, but do not harm Absalom."
Absalom rode into the battleground on his horse. As he was riding, he passed under an old oak tree.
His long hair got caught in the branches, leaving Absalom hanging helplessly as his horse ran away. Soon David's soldiers found him and they killed him. David soon heard that Absalom was killed and was really very sad. He cried,
Oh, how I wish I had died instead of Absalom. Oh, my dear son is dead.
Soon David's other sons also tried to take the throne but failed. David finally chose his son Solomon to take his throne. The question is, what was the name of David's son who wanted to defeat him and take away his throne?
Absalom. See, I was paying attention. Oh, and I am sorry, Gumbo. I did eat your sandwich, but I was hungry. Please let's not fight. I forgive you. You can eat my sandwiches anytime.
To watch more videos, please subscribe.
Plants and trees. On the fourth day, God created the sun to shine in the day, the moon and stars to come out at night. One day, Moses went to Mount Horeb with his sheep. There, God appeared to him as a flame of fire in a bush. Since there was no room anywhere else, they decided to spend the night in a stable. Here, Mary had her baby, Jesus. She wrapped him in a blanket and put him to sleep.
He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole